Here are the three best props to bet on for the Week 12 Thursday night game between the Bills and Texans, presented by Sharpstack. The first prop is James Cook under 74.5 rushing yards. Now, Cook has been absolutely incredible this year and has only been under 75 yards in 4 out of 8 games, but he does beat up on bad rushing defenses, and the couple of good run defenses he's played, he's been under in most of them. Tampa Bay is 23rd in rushing yards per game allowed. Cook only had 48 yards on them. New England is 32nd in rushing yards allowed. Cook had 49 yards on them. He did have over 100 yards on the Chiefs, who are 24th in rushing yards allowed, but the Texans also have an incredible defense top to bottom and are one of 4 teams allowing less than 90 rushing yards per game. James Cook is a great player, and I think he can get to 50 or even 60 yards, but 75 is a bit too much. Even if he averages 4 yards per carry on 18 carries, he's still under 75 yards, which even that feels like kind of a tough ask for him against Houston's defense. I will add, though, that in the 4 games that Cook went under 75 rushing yards, he did go over 20 receiving yards in 3 out of 4 games, with at least 3 receptions in those 3 games, which makes sense because he's by far their best offensive player besides Josh Allen. So if the running game is not working as well, try to give him the ball through the air a little bit more. Cook's receiving line for tonight is 15.5 yards, which I do like, in addition to his rushing yards under, and the Houston Texans have allowed a running back to eclipse 19 receiving yards in each of the last 4 games as well. The second prop is Nico Collins over 74.5 receiving yards. Davis Mills is starting once again tonight, and Nico Collins is the apple of Davis Mills' eye. Over the past 3 games since Mills took over, Nico's been over 75 yards in all 3 and over 90 in the last 2, with Davis Mills fully starting both of those games, and has seen at least 10 targets in all 3 of those games as well. He is the only person that Davis Mills looks to throw the ball to. The Bills are a bit shakier against the pass, and they have allowed opposing wide receiver ones to eclipse 80 receiving yards in 5 of their last 6 games, and actually over 140 yards in 2 of those 6 games. So I love Nico Collins' over tonight for yards and even receptions as well. He's currently at 5.5 receptions, so give me the over on both of those. Before I say the last prop, I wanted to tell you all that I'm getting these plays from the new Sharpstack tool on 4for4.com, which shows you the best props to bet on with their EV tool across the NFL, college football, MLB, NBA, and more. Sign up today for a 7-day free trial using the link in the description with code BET for 25% off. And our last play is actually a game lines parlay. I've never done this before, but I want to parlay the Texans plus 9.5 and then under 48.5, which combine for a plus 110 odds right now. As I mentioned, the Texans defense is extraordinary, and they're allowing the fewest points per game in the league at 16 points allowed. They actually haven't lost a game by more than 8 points this season, which came against Seattle, but they also lost by 5 to the LA Rams, 1 to the Buccaneers, 7 to the Jaguars, and 3 to Denver, while also just straight up beating the San Francisco 49ers. They've been able to stay in games because of their defense, which also helps cover the spread and hit the under. This game is also in Houston, which I love even more because the Bills are 2-2 on the road this year, having lost to Miami and Atlanta and hitting the under in both of those games. I think Buffalo struggles against the Texans defense on the road, and I think it is a 1-score, low-scoring game that hits the juice spread and juiced under for this 2-leg parlay.